because Rodley Nature Reserve has closed its gates to the public. It's accessed via a bridge over a canal, a bridge to be replaced to give residents access to a soon-to-be-built housing development. So what's going to happen to all that wildlife while it is closed and until it reopens? Pete Allison has been behind, well, not closed doors, but closed gates to find out more.
It's a bit of an oasis for wildlife and for people. It's really valued by the local community, and so we'll do the habitat maintenance to keep the birds going, but the local community will lose out.
Jerry Knapp's one of Rodley Nature Reserve's volunteers. So why is the reserve going VIP only for a while?
This is the old Airedale Mills site, which was a cotton mill. Outline planning permissions being given to build about 60 houses. The canal swing bridge is pretty old and it's pretty rusty, and obviously 60 houses, they need to have a reliable bridge.
There's a lot of nature there that over the course of 4 months or so requires people like you looking after it. So what happens to the reserve over the next few months?
The reserve is entirely run by volunteers who do different sorts of work on the reserve, including habitat maintenance. There's things that have to be done at certain seasons.
So what's on the to-do list this winter?
These are the islands, but if you want oyster catchers to nest on it, you've got to clear it. So in the next few weeks, we've got to get a boat out, go across, cut that level, provide a nice flat surface. The oyster catchers and other birds, lapwings, nest on it as well. And then as the vegetation grows up, that provides some shelter for them, because the gulls tend to go after them, the crows tend to go after them. Basically, we try and do all the awkward jobs in the winter, because in the summer, the wildlife is there for the wildlife. We don't want to disturb it. So there's areas that we just don't go into because there's nesting birds, nesting mammals in there, so we don't disturb those.
And they rely on it as well. I can see you've got your binoculars there. Just talk us through some of the birds that are down there actually.
The islands we have to clear because we have nesting oyster catchers, which are black and white wading birds that come in the spring, and for several months the reserve rings to their call as they fly around the reserve seeking food. The air of the reserve is alive with their calls as they fly around hunting insects.
If that work isn't able to be put in, and if access is restricted, then perhaps some of that wonderful wildlife that's made this nature reserve its home, perhaps it'll look elsewhere.
Birds look for the best opportunities to nest, and if we don't prepare the place, we have to manage it, and if we don't manage it, the birds lose out. But we also want to share it with the community that live around here, and so the reserve is incredibly popular. We have huge numbers of people coming down in the summer who enjoy the open space, but they enjoy seeing the wildlife.
So while the public aren't there, who, apart from birds, is being left home alone?
We know we have otters in the area because we've seen them regularly on the river, just across there.
Oh wow, what a lovely sight that must be.
And we know that they use this as a lie-up area. It's rather untidy, but actually it's good habitat. Unfortunately, we get quite a few European mink that are predatory aliens that really shouldn't be in Britain.
Where did they come from?
I think the ones we get here are American mink, and they were released from fur farms by well-meaning activists who went and let them out, and they just spread out across the country in huge numbers.
And it'll be really special to you in time, a few months down the line, when this place reopens and you've got people back here enjoying it.
Oh, absolutely. It's a nice, quiet place, but actually it's better when there's people around enjoying it and enjoying the work that our volunteers do. You know, they put in the work and everyone gets the rewards for it.